everybody, and welcome back once again. Here we are with another edition of Inside the Headset, Week 2, Game 2, right on the horizon. No time for rest. Thursday night, we'll be back in action. We're out here at the launch pad right now. We're going to talk to a coach that's going to be in that game. Head coach of the Rockville Rockets, head coach Brian Guthrie. How you doing today, Coach?
Good, Stork. How are you?
Well, came away with that first win.
Feels good.
Feels good. I mean, for a coach to go out and everything, let's run through the stats, and then we'll talk about some kids. Final score was 44-12.
Right.
Laverne had 11 first downs and had Rockville for 21, and that's Dean Fox, the Fox that rocks. Buck 37 on the ground for Laverne, 205 for you, 101 for them, Buck 82 in the air for you. Total for them, 238, 387 total yards for you. What'd you have, Coach?
That's pretty close.
Okay.
Pretty close.
And then turnovers, they had 5, you had 3. Little cleaning up to do. You already know that. Maybe you can mention that. Penalties, they have 4 for 33. You have 4 for 20. You probably gauge that at about 20 yards going into the opener. So that
Sure.
column, we're okay. Your top rusher, Robbie Daniels, 20 carries. He was a workhorse, 89 yards. Then Brendan Mayhew, your quarterback that ran the show, 10 for 19, Buck 82. I felt like a couple of passes. That 10 for 19, that'll shape up this Thursday night. I think that'll get maybe a little nervousness, maybe a little quick to release. That'll improve dramatically in this next game, I feel like. And then your MVP did everything but, water the field, serve hot dogs. That's Nolan Dunkley. 5 receptions, 123. Or 124 we had him for 123. You had him for 124. But he did a lot more. He recovered a fumble. He had an interception. He just did a lot that night. Yeah. Let's talk about Robbie Dunkley or Nolan Dunkley before we move on.
He's just a workhorse. I mean, we call him the Rhino. He just does everything for us. On defense, he had 6 or 8 tackles. He had 2 forced fumbles. Recovered one of them. Had the interception that was tipped twice.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. On my film, it looked close, but
well, they gave it to us.
Yeah, they gave it to you, Coach.
It counts. And then on offense, he had, 5 receptions for 124 yards. I mean, we just hit him up the seam a couple times. We caught him rolling coverage a couple times and got him. And he's just solid. I mean, he's the guy we count on, and he's a leader in our locker room. Tremendous kid. Goes to church, leads our, is on our leadership council. Just does everything. Just
it's what you want.
The kid you want to.
The high school kid, you'd like to say, go in the back room. Yeah. You build them out of the kit. Right there's what you're looking for. Right. You look it up in the dictionary. High school football.
He also had a pancake or two.
You can't take that away from him. It's 87 degrees today. You probably had to go yesterday a little bit and get ready for this Thursday matchup. Probably the biggest thing I saw was, Coach, and I'm not a coach, but I felt like, at one point you were there, nothing against Laverne, but you want to teach your team, man, we got to put this thing into a spinning clock. That's very important to go ahead and, as everybody always says, finish the game. And what we mean by that is go ahead and get that thing in a win, because you just really want to get in that habit. How important is that, Coach? Just to, I'm not. You take it from there. You've been doing it a long time.
We just want to take advantage of every situation.
Yep.
I'm not really interested in running clocks and all that kind of stuff.
No, I guess what I'm saying is, but that's the definition of would it not be of finishing the game?
Absolutely.
And I'm not. It's not me saying it; it's what others have said.
Right. Yeah. We just want to make sure we take advantage of every situation and teach our kids that the last minute's just as important as the first minute, and keep playing.
Well put.
We were up 27-0 at halftime. Didn't have a big halftime speech. I said, guys, we're doing, y'all are doing what we need to do. Now you just got to go out and play like it's 0-0. I felt like we let up a little bit coming right out, in the third quarter. We didn't have much production in the third quarter, and that wasn't good.
And that's something you can't predict as a coach. And whether you've been in coaching one night as a head coach or 55 years, you just can't look at it and say.
Yeah, you just, we're dealing with 15, 16-year-old kids, 17-year-old kids, and, they're going.
They came out a little flat.
They came out a little flat afterwards because they were feeling good about themselves, and we've got to, we've just got to keep coaching that and coaching them to play every snap. So, But overall, I mean, we had a great night.
Oh, yeah.
The kids played hard. Was real pleased with the way we handled ourselves for the most part, most of the night. You know what, I want to say that you know, we had a big lick across the middle on number 12. His name was DJ or something. We just, you know, we were praying for him. He got carted off the field for Laverne, and he got carted off the field, and you know, we did a lot of praying for him, and we just hope that he's okay.
Yeah, I have not checked with Mike Woodard yet, and I'll follow up on that and try to get back to you. Yeah, I mean, when it happened, of course, the game is, as Anthony Fiorella pointed out on the color, it is a physical sport.
It is.
And that's part of it. And it was just so happens, sometimes, you know, and your kids, man, shoulder hit, straight on.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
clean
no, everything was clean.
Yep.
It just happens sometimes, doesn't it,
It
Coach?
does.
It really does, and we don't want it to happen, but, you know, but your man was doing his job, the other man, and it's just a high-impact sport, a high-impact collision.
I think he ended up with just a concussion and maybe a bruised lung, but I think he's okay. But you know, I just want him and his family to know.
Thank you for mentioning that, and we
praying for him.
definitely, all of us, and when something like that happens, we don't know. In fact, when Woodard came across, he, you know, sometimes with the heat like that, we're in that third game, I'm looking for them. If the head coach heads back across, that usually tells me cramps. The kid is cramping. I was watching, and
They
I
had
said,
some of that, yeah.
and they had some of that, and I said, this kid must be cramping a little bit, or he just got the breath knocked out of him. He feels like he's okay because he walked off. Then, when your trainer starts motioning for other backup help and all that, that's when we knew right then it wasn't what it, you know, it wasn't just a shakeup. Sometimes it is, sometimes we're so far away.
Yeah, and the good thing is, you know, I went out there, and the good thing was, you know, he had feeling everywhere, and he had motion everywhere.
Was he talking and everything?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, he
so
was talking. He was coherent. Now he wasn't real sure where he was, I don't think, but you know, but it wasn't a spinal, you know, it wasn't anything like that. So,
yeah,
but
his feet were moving, his fingers were moving,
They
and
bored
that
him,
was.
and that was for precaution. But you know, it's something you don't want to happen. You know.
Hey, anytime anybody goes down like
felt
that, I
bad.
mean, we want to stop, use proper
Sure.
procedures, and take care of the kid. And then later on, if he walks away, okay, we did everything we were supposed to do based upon what we knew at that time, and that's all you can do. Based upon the information you have, is
Right.
execute bestly as you can as human beings.
Right.
Well, your next opponent, the score came in, and Smyrna beat Stewart's Creek 24-18, and you're prepared now. And boy, really good ball club. I
They're good.
had a chance to see Smyrna last year. Matt Williams will be prepared, and you're looking forward to this game. This is a big game for the launch pad, and that's on Thursday night.
It is. I think it's it's a non-district game, or non-region game, but I think it's a really good test for us going into our region because, I mean, they're as good as anybody in our region.
And a good test in this first 5 games.
Oh, yeah.
Get to find out, you know, I hate
Yeah.
to say it, but we got to find out a little bit of what we're made of.
Yeah.
Smyrna's a good team because, yeah,
And those guys do a great
it'll
job
be a little
over
bit of a playoff atmosphere for you.
Those guys do a great job over there. Matt Williams is a great football coach, been doing it a long time. You know, he and his brother, Mark, they're both good coaches. Jason Pitts, you know, all those guys are really good football coaches. So I know they'll have prepared. I know they're going to be physical. They're always physical. You know, they've got some really good players. The Marable kid's a really good player. Quarterback's a stud. The tailback's a stud. I mean, they've got some ballers. They got a receiver that's really good. Number 23, I can't remember his name, but they've got some really good players, and they're physical, and they like to run the ball right at you. And so we've got to be prepared for that.
Any changes in Smyrna? Are they just going to line up like they do? They got a big heavy front on film, and they're going to run first and try to pass second. And it's going to be a Matt Williams ball.
That's Matt. Yep.
Well, anything you would like to say to the faculty, to staff, the administration, all here at Rockville? I felt like from go to woe, it was just unbelievable for a Friday night atmosphere. You got a beautiful sunset, came away with a W. It was a rocket night.
It was an unbelievable night. We had a lot of people here, had a good gate, had a big teacher tailgate before the game. And,
Yeah, I
and-
saw
and
I didn't get a chance to get out there and get me something good to eat. I was upstairs.
And during the game, and we had lots of family sitting down in the end zone. And my family was up from Georgia. And,
Congratulations.
You know, it was just a great night. Our student section was unbelievable. The band played great. You know, the administration did everything. I didn't have to worry about anything on Friday night. They took care of everything. You know, all I can say is
Steve Looker's no pro.
it was a great night.
He put on a show.
Yeah, and the coaches threw a little party for me afterwards for my birthday, and so it was a neat night. It was wonderful for the books.
Week 1 is in the books, and we're going to crank it up real quick again on Thursday night right here at the launch pad. It'll be Smyrna Bulldogs and the Rockville Rockets. Y'all get here early because parking's going to be rough.